Hey guys, welcome. I'm Parshvika. Welcome to the channel where we talk a lot about feminine energy, self-improvement topics. In today's video, I'm gonna specifically talk about how to overcome your childhood fears. Uh, when we were a child, we were having some problems and some difficulties which were laid by the society, by our parents, by the family members. They were doing best with whatever knowledge they were having at that time, but the things that they did may not always be the right for us, and that created the fear within us. And also the school that we went to, the kindergarten, bullied by other kids or actually scolded by the teacher. So we have a lot of the fears from the childhood, and everyone has those fears. Some has very huge fears, some have very small, depending on your unique situation. So I'm going to talk about how to deal with them, because when you grow up, you become an adult, sometime or the other, sooner or later, you need to go through these fears because they're going to come up. Whether it's in your dreams, whether you are in a loving relationship with your partner, you go deep, and when you love someone, all the fears comes onto the surface. They will eventually gonna come up because they need treatment, because they need solution, because they need to be heard, they need to be released from your body. So how to deal with that, I'm gonna tell you based on my own experience. Let's dive in. Give this video a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more such videos. You could very well grab the female self-care planner for taking care of yourself as a female. It's a PDF download based on my experience and knowledge. You can very well check it out. The links in description box below. Also, you can get the Q nail art pens for decorating your nails. It's a nail art pen and it's really amazing. You can very well grab them in my store. The link is in description box below. Anyway, let's dive into the today's topic. I woke up today morning and I had the dreams, and the dream was of my childhood dream, the fear of my childhood in the school, when I used to sit in the lunchtime opening my lunchbox all by myself, eating by myself, feeling lonely, feeling scared as a small kid. That was just the one childhood fear that rise up in my dream. And in that dream, I realized that I need to release it, because when often these childhood fears comes back again in some form or the other, whether it's in dream, whether it's in relationships, whether you see they're in your own kids, you have to release them because they need solution. They need to get out from your body. Of course, you can go and you can work on your all those fears, and you can go to the therapist and you can do that all deep shadow work. But due to the law of attraction, when you keep on finding one fear, you're gonna treat them, then you're gonna find next, and so on and so forth, because what you look for you get more of. It's kind of like where your focus is, you create more of it. So if you're focused on fixing your issues, fixing in your fears, the more fears will rise on the surface, and it's like a never-ending process, never-ending journey. So instead of actually doing that kind of stuff, I think that based on my experience, whenever a fear rise up, do release it at that particular time instead of actually going into so much deep about all the fears that you have, because it's a never ending process, never ending journey. You treat one, the next rise up, and so on and so forth. So it's better to release them whenever they rise up in whatever form they are. It's just that you need to be sensitive enough to know when they are rising. You need to feel into it and you need to let them go. So here are my some tips on how to do that. First thing first, these fears are all in our mind. When you know that, it gets so easy. These fears are not there right now in your life. Everything is in your mind. Your mind is creating these fears. So you have the power to control it. You have the power to change the gears. You are in the control seat, in the seat of the gear, or in the seat of the vehicle, the driver's seat, so you control it. So that's the first thing you need to realize. It's all in your mind. Second, all these fears are in the past. And based on the past, we create the fears for the future. There is no fear in the present moment. If you are comfortably consuming this content, honestly speaking, there is no fear currently right now in this moment. It's there in the past based on our memories that are there in our mind, and we create these fears. Based on that, we take the decisions and we create these fears for our future. So, technically speaking, there is no fear in the present moment. It's in the past, and past doesn't really exist because it's all in our mind, and future doesn't really exist because it didn't come yet. And 99% of the times these fears doesn't really come, doesn't really I mean, the fears that you have in the past and you're thinking that it will going to happen in the future, 99% of the time they didn't really happen. Okay. So that's the second thing you need to realize. It's not there in the present moment. It was there in the past, and it's there in our memory, in our mind. And based on that, we are projecting these fears in the future which haven't come yet. So you have the control. You can remind yourself that the fear can't rule you, you can rule the fear. The third thing, that 99% of the time, these fears that you had in the past, you're projecting them in the future. Based on that, you're taking the decision. 99% of the time, they don't really happen in the future. They're just in your mind, because there are positive things also happening in your life. There are positive memories also there in your mind. So when you think about the more positive and you don't focus on the fears, on the negativity, you create more of positive. That's why 99% of these fears doesn't really happen. The situations, the scenarios that we create in our mind doesn't really exist. They don't really happen in the future. It's just that our mind, our ego wants to protect us. And that's why they tell us, oh, it happened in the past, it can happen in the future. But they didn't really happen. It's just we are trying to create stress for ourselves, create stress for our body. And that's totally unnecessary. And we can actually control that. We can't create that stress. We, instead of creating that stress, we can release that. So another tip I have for you is release your fear. Now, how are you going to release it? There are so many ways in which you can do that: meditation, yoga, healing, spiritual healing, or you can do dancing, music, any form of creativity, or spending time with the nature, listening to the music, talking with someone, massage. Like, there are so many ways in which you can technically get this fear out of your body. Depending on your situation, depending on which one is the best for you, you can go out with whatever route of the way in which you can physically release this fear. Okay, no method is perfect. It's just made for everyone's needs. Okay, depending on your situation, your needs, you may be falling into one or more of the physical activities. So whatever you're doing to release it, just do it. Okay, don't judge yourself, don't criticize yourself. Just to know that it's needed. It's kind of like a medicine. You take a medicine when you have a pain. Okay, you don't judge the medicine, you take it. The same thing, it's a medicine. So give that medicine whatever it's needed. Okay, I can't tell you which medicine is right for you or perfect for you, because your situation is unique. Everyone's situation is unique, and depending on you as a person is unique. So the medicine that works for me may not be working for you, so I can't recommend that thing. But what I think I can say you, that you can try the different physical activities and see which one works for you, and whichever method is working for you, do more of it to get that thing out of your body. With that being said, I want to tell you that you're never gonna be perfect. You're never gonna be completely out of the fears. Fear will always gonna be there, of some kind, whether small or big. Understand this thing. As you release them when they come up, we need to free ourselves from that. But understand, you're never gonna be perfect. There's always gonna be the fear. Okay, always going to be the fear of survival, fear of food, fear of water, fear of dying, whatever it is. That is always going to be there, because it's kind of like a protective mechanism the body has to protect ourselves. So it will always going to be there in some form or the other. So instead of actually working on all the fears that you have, which is totally impossible, because when you work on one fear, you get next, and so on and so forth, because the law of attraction works. And law of attraction is like, you looking for one fear, here it is, you treat it. You're looking for another fear, here it is. So it will going to keep on showing you, and you're gonna be frustrated by thinking that how many fears I have, I'm totally imperfect human, I'm abnormal or something like that. But then you have to realize that it's just simply impossible to actually conquer all your fears, because as long as you are there in the physical body, these fears are protective mechanism of the body. And some fears are good. With that being said, another tip I have for you to understand, some fears are good for you, good for your body, and some fears are not good. So, like for example, you have a fear, if you put your hand in the fire, it will gonna get burned. Okay, that fear is a positive fear, it's not a negative fear, it's protecting your body. So even though you see this as a fear, oh, this is a fear, I need to conquer it, I need not to be fearful about the fire. Come on, guys. Even if you reach to the spiritual level, you do the spiritual thing and all that, still you own the body, you have the physical body, which will gonna die one day, and you need to protect that body as long as you have it. So these fears are protection of this body. So if you put your hand in the fire, obviously you're gonna get burned. So that fear is good for you. So in that situation, the fear is good. You don't need to do anything to fix it. You just need to understand, okay, come on, it's just helping me, I know it. Okay, I don't need to take it a big deal. Another thing I have for you, with that being said, all these tips to keep in mind, just calm, relax, and have fun. Life is too short. Going to come up from time to time. Understand that, okay? Whether in your romantic relationship, in your dreams, in your childhood, in your work, whatever way, shape, or form, they're gonna come up, okay? Let them come up, okay? Whenever they come up, understand them and let them go. Tell them, okay, I understand you wherever you're coming from. I know it was there because of my childhood problems or whatever it is. I understand them, but now I don't need this. Thank you so much for protecting me in the past, but now I don't need this, so I'm letting you go. And then you can do some form of a physical activity or a meditation or a yoga, whatever it is, and release them. That thing you could do, but keep in mind to have fun along the process, because otherwise life gonna be too boring. Seriously, it's gonna be too boring. You have so many checklist of the goals that you want to achieve, and then the fear comes up, you work on the fear, you come on the problems. It's boring. If you don't have fun, if you don't relax, if you don't chill out, then it's simply the boring 70 years of your life. And one day you're gonna die. Life is too short to even think about it. So, what you choose, what you focus on, you create more of. If you have fun, then you're gonna get all those things in your life that will going to make you feel more fun, more happy, more joy, more relaxing, more calming. So, despite no matter how big the fear is or how many issues you have in your life, understand everyone has the issues. Okay, everyone is going through something or the other. Even if they don't come and say and talk to you, you see them happy, you see them amazing, you see them rich, or whatever it is, they have their own thing going around. Everyone has their own thing going around, okay? You can't judge people based on what they say, what they do, what they speak, what they behave. So if you're going through something, issues or the other, understand everyone is going through that. So it's not a big deal. You're gonna die one day. It's not a big deal. Okay, whenever it's coming up, I'm releasing it and letting it go. But I want to have fun along the process, because what's the point of living the life then? What's the point of achieving these goals then? We want to achieve these goals only to feel happy, only to feel joy, only to enjoy our life. That's the only point of achieving these goals. Because if you're achieving these goals just to make other people happy, just to please others, then it's totally unnecessary, because you're just in the race which will never gonna be winning. You will never gonna win. So have fun, guys. Life is too short. These fears are there, everyone has it, and not all fears are bad. Some fears are really good to protect your body, to really protect you, and they're good, okay? So just see them, understand them, and if it's helping you, use them and let them go. Simple. Just be flexible, just not be too rigid on yourself, not to be too hard on yourself. Oh, I didn't done that thing, I should be doing it. Why didn't I done this thing? And trying to scold yourself and trying to be hard on yourself and focusing on yourself to make yourself indisciplined. You have to do this, you're not doing this. Come on guys, don't do that. Okay, you already been doing these things from so many years. If you're an adult right now consuming this content, you have this inner child and you have this inner parent, and inner parent is always scolding the inner child, telling it, don't do this, don't do that, don't behave like that, don't go that way, you should be doing this, you should be working, you should be this, you, and you constantly scold yourself, which is totally unnecessary. It's not needed. Okay, it's not needed. Just be kind to yourself, just be nicer to yourself, just love yourself. That's what I want to say, because you are the only one that's gonna be there with you as long as you are on this planet Earth. Okay, and this body of you, whether whatever it is, whether you like it, whether you hate it, whatever it is the thing you have as long as you are alive. So love it instead of actually hating it. Enjoy it as long as you are there in this bodies, because this is such a beautiful miracle thing if you look at that way. Okay, it's such a beautiful thing. You can be, do, have, you can try so many different things. You can act, behave, speak, and try, eat, whatever it is. There is millions things, billions and millions of the things that you could do it, and that's so fascinating, so amazing. So enjoy it, okay? Don't be hard, be nice, be kind to yourself. Do the things that you love doing, that makes you happy, okay? Whatever it is, maybe taking 1 hour extra sleep, or maybe just chilling out, maybe going to the nature, maybe going to the park. I love going to the park. I love the park. I don't know, because I've been there as a kid and I used to go to the park, just look at the kids playing with them, or looking at the stars, at the moon at the night, or looking at the trees, the animals. It was fun for me. So I love that. So whatever it is, just do it. You're gonna die. So enjoy as long as you are in these bodies of yours, because that's the only thing you have. You can be hard on yourself or you can be nice to yourself. That's a choice that you have. When you think that I have so many fears or I have so much work to do, understand that you're not the only one that has so many fears. There are so many people in this world have so many fears, so many weird things that they do, which you even don't know about it. So if you're doing it, I don't think so it's bad. I don't think so it's something that you need to be criticized about or judge about or be hard on yourself. Whatever it is, understand you're unique in your own way. Fears come up, okay, come up. I see you, I know you. You have been there in my past. Thank you so much for protecting me, but I think that you don't need me right now, or I don't need you right now. So I'll see you the next time. Bye. Something like that. You can be just joyful and cheerful and just do that thing in this way, and just have the fun and play with it. And that's all you have, guys. It's all the choices that you make. And I think that it's so powerful to understand that what choices that we make, what we choose, that dictates our life. Because everything you pushed out, everything is a reflection of you, is a mirror reflection of you. So whatever you focus on, you create more of. If you love yourself, if you do things to impress yourself or be nice, be kind to yourself, trust me, everyone will going to do those things for you, because you are focusing on you and you love yourself. So everyone will going to love you. So hopefully you find this video useful, how to deal with the fears, because that's the way that I do that practically. Now everyone method is different. Your method would be different. Do let me know in the comment section below what do you think about it. If you have any questions, any comments, let me know. That's it for this video. I really have fun making this video because I think that these topics are really connected with me, and when I talk about it, I pour my heart into it. So hopefully you're gonna find it useful, or even if you enjoyed it, give this video a big like, then do consider subscribing. If you want me to make a video on any specific topic, let me know. That's it for this video. I'll see you the next time. Till then, take care. Bye guys. And have fun.